going away. I'm going away for a few days down to Dorset to see one of my viewers, a chap called Ernie, and he's moved down there. I forget where he's moved from. London, I think. Anyway, he's moved to the country about a year or so ago. He watches the Vobes show and the Bald Explorer, and he very kindly said he would love me to come down, take me around, show me the area in which he lives down in rural Dorset. And he lives in this beautiful old schoolhouse, I think it is, and it's under renovation. And so I thought that would make the trip down there over a long weekend, would make a great first of my new longer formats. Excuse me. So that's what I'm thinking. But I've got to get myself organised and ready and all the gear and bits and bobs. So today, the day before I go, I get my washing sorted out. Not quite sure what I want to take. Got some other bits and pieces to clean and tidy up, make the house respectable so when I come back it's not too grubby, and sort out the technical gear that I'm going to take. Before that, I want to show you something. My hollyhocks outside the front of my house. My hollyhocks, which have been just these great big green plants for the last year and a half. They're flowering. They're flowering. I'm very excited. Lovely, beautiful hollyhocks. To me, a hollyhock is quintessential English. It is the mark of an Englishman's garden. I don't have much of a garden, and you don't really get to see the front of my house. It's a bit distinctive, and obviously I don't want every Tom, Dick and Harry banging on my door. But the hollyhocks are there, and it's lovely to see them beginning to flower. I finally, and I've been wanting to have hollyhocks for yonks, I finally feel more and more English, which is great. This is my utility room. It's supposed to be an office, and this is supposed to be not only the office but also the editing room, where I get rid of all the stuff that's in my front room and I shove it in here. And over the last however many weeks this Living Alone series has been going, I've been meaning to get rid of the junk, and I keep saying it, and everyone says, get on with it, Richard. If you don't do it, it will still be here in the months to come, and I appreciate that. It's true. And that's one of the reasons I want to go to the full length or the longer format videos, is that I might get some days where I haven't got to panic about getting a video made, and I can actually spend some time doing it. It may be that I take a week off and just do the whole thing, and I can chart bits of the journey and make that into one video, as it were. Anyway, for the moment this has become the utilities room, and I'm sorting out the gear that I want to take on my trips. Some of the gear. So apart from my main camera, which is on the tripod, obviously filming me now, I have some other bits that I thought might be of interest just to show you. So I've got my GoPro here, and it's on a little suction pad. Now the idea of this is I want to be able to put this on the side of the van, and when I stop to fill up with petrol, to sort of show that, or diesel it is, to show that journey in different ways, is to be able to, stick it on the side of the van, get a shot of me filling up with diesel at a petrol station, possibly stick it on the van as I'm driving along, and get some different perspectives. As long as I'm confident that the camera is not going to fall off. That's the other thing. I've got a much more substantial unit here with a DSLR camera on. This is an older DSLR camera, but it's reasonably good, doesn't have stabilization. And I can stick this on a window. It will hold this camera, which will give me a better quality than the GoPro. And I can then have that in the cabin and talk to it. And I might try that out in a minute. I've got my microphone, I've got, that's a handheld mic, I've got a radio mic, I've got my field recorder, various other bits and bobs like this little Gorilla Pod, which isn't great, but it's okay. A bracket here to hold an umbrella if it rains, to the tripod. Actually, I need to find my other little tripod. I've got one tripod here, there's one in the van. And if I really need it, if I get some batteries, I've even got some walkie-talkies. They're quite, you know, simple, but they're quite funny. Okay, turn over, stand by, roll a camera, and action. It's all good fun. But yeah, slowly getting myself organised, and all of these will go into various bags and boxes. So, I have put the camera on that Gorilla Pod thing I just showed you. Now the Gorilla Pod is okay because it can put the camera in all sorts of different positions. At the moment it's on the dashboard. Actually, I'll show you. This is what we can do, because we're very clever here, you know. Is I can actually take a picture, see if I can get a good one here, with my phone, and now I can display that so you can see it. So that's quite good, but that's in a quick informal lash up setting so that I can talk to you whilst I'm in a parked situation. But if I move the car, it's going to wobble because it's only really balanced. It's just not fully gripped. So if I lurch or anything like that, camera, very expensive, going to fall and break probably with the flip out screen. That's no good. Can't finish my video. Also, on this Gorilla Pod, unless I put a little ball joint head on it, means I can't always get the picture level. It's not actually level now, and it takes a bit of time to work it out. But if I want to do something where I'm driving and talking, and you know, it's not ideal, of course, to be holding the camera, so I want to get it fixed. Now I can use, as you've seen, my GoPro here on a little suction, which will take a lightweight camera like that, and you just fix it on, and that will stay there, which is great, nice and easy. Or if I want better quality picture, I can use this. Right, now I'm actually on the camera's microphone at the moment, and it may not be in focus, but it's firmly and securely. You can see the other camera here. Actually, if I just loosen that and turn you around a bit, there we go, look, you can see that. Let's say that's about the shot. Just tighten up the bracket. I'm not quite sure on the focus. Does that look in focus? It probably needs to be opened up a bit. Let's open up the exposure a fraction. Is that better? Maybe a tad more. It's difficult. There we go. So this camera wouldn't be here because it would just fall off, of course. But I could have one camera here, and of course I can zoom in like that. Is that still in focus? Well, none of that was in focus, so I've just rejigged it. So in theory I should now be in focus, and I've worked out a very simple way to always know what the focus is, because what I was doing is I was doing this, trying to focus it manually. These are Panasonic cameras, and they're not renowned for their autofocus. The autofocus is rubbish. While it can do it, it takes a bit of time, and it's always hunting, and I don't like that, and I'd rather just set a manual focus and know it's there. Anyway, this is all becoming a bit of behind the scenes on making programs, isn't it, this one, rather than living alone and what it's like to live alone. But anyway, bear with me on this. So there's a simple solution, of course, is you get your camera, whichever camera it is, let's say this one, that you're going to actually put over there, and I know that this distance and that distance is the same. So if I focus to where the bracket is on this camera, hang on, let's turn that on so you can kind of see what I mean. So, okay, that camera's now on. So if I actually focus, there we go, look, I can focus, forget the camera's there, but I would be focusing on the bracket. Focus on the bracket. I now know that that length is in focus. It's clever stuff, isn't it? And then I put the camera over there and I know it's focusing back on me. How does he do it, eh? How does he do it? But actually, when I think about it, I'm more likely to put the GoPro over there. And ideally, I would want that camera on the windscreen so that I can drive and talk to you without losing focus on the road. So I just dropped my car, my van. It's a van, it's a sodding van. Oh, I don't know why I forget these things. In theory, I'm on a radio, not on a radio, I'm on a, oh, steady. I'm on a lapel mic. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm very fearful. I haven't done it with this camera before, and even though it's not my main camera, I really don't want it to fall off. So I need to get the confidence up that that is what's happening. That's what's not going to happen as I drive along. Now what I didn't do, I've got the windows open by the way because it's so warm. What I didn't do is put the GoPro, which I should have done, up on the other window. Then I could have cut between the two to give you a demo. But the point is, when I go away, that is exactly what's happening. I can see the camera is wobbling. So maybe this isn't going to work because if the camera had some form of stabilization, it might be better. So it may be better with the GoPro on there. That's the thing, because I can see it rattling around like nobody's business. So so as a test, and of course as you can see, as I go in and out of the sunshine, I'm unable to control the exposure unless I put it on auto exposure, which I don't like to do. I try to do everything on manual. Yeah, this looks, from where I am sitting with the camera juddering around, it looks unusable. To the interneter. The interneter. Let's get a shot of that. The parcel has arrived. As I come back, I think I know what this is. Oh. One of my viewers, a chap called Mark Burgess, very kindly said that he had something to send me, and he said they were some shoes. Oh, All Stars. Look at that. That he had barely used. That's my phone chiming away. And he's said maybe I would like them. He heard that I liked All Stars, and if I can get into them, I will demonstrate. That's the only way to open sellotape. Here we go. All white deck shoes. That's very kind. We'll see how they go. They actually say on there size 10. I am actually size 9. But we'll see if they're good. If they don't fit me, he said pass them on. So that's very kind of you, Mark, if you're watching. And also, oh, there's some other bits and bobs in here. I think this might be for the lovely Julia. To Julia. Oh yes, here we go. That's for the lovely Julia. I shall pass that on. That's very kind. And a lovely letter from from Mark. So I'll read that in a minute. Well, my test, yes, I don't know what to do about that test. I'll have to look at the footage with the stuff and see how that works out. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I may just use the GoPro. I mean, it would be easier, but I'd suffer the lack of quality. But hey ho, that's what it is. Anyway, I need to sort out the rest of my stuff for my trip, so I'm going to go and edit up this and get this ready to go out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe. Yes, I'm going to go to the new longer format, hopefully. We'll give it a whirl, see how that works out, and in the meantime I will try to put something out in some form on a daily basis so that I can satisfy those people who want something daily and those people who want to watch something weekly, and maybe I can satisfy everybody. Try to please everybody. I know you can't please all the people all the time, but we're doing our best. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow. I've said all that, so yeah, take care. Bye for now. Bye bye. Right, what have I done? Let's see if these will fit.